start to put tension on my string drawback, I was like, okay, I'm gonna smoke.
It's him. You can look at the horns when he's dead. I'm in the zone. Let the arrow go. Just perfect.
When they lose their front shoulders, yeah, you start, that's how you know they're smoking.
Went about 5-10 more yards. We probably went 20 yards total. Stepped over, tried getting back up. I saw him fall up.
We rushed 40 years rods that night. We got like 166 and something like that, and then the next day we came up to 163 even.
You're listening to the White Cat Outdoors podcast, bringing you to the table where we talk about the outdoors.
What's going on, everybody? Episode 124. And we were talking last week about turkey hunting. That season was coming up, first day, first weekend. And Nick and Tom, and they had some big aspirations, and they're both here, so I wonder what we're talking about.
Well, I would like to start this by saying this is the first installment of the Turkey Camp series.
Oh, man.
And I think it would be stupid to have the first installment of the Turkey Camp series not be a kill story.
That would be pretty stupid.
What do you think, Tom? Is that a dumb idea? Or?
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
So, what are we going to talk about then?
Probably Nick's gobbler.
No, I was going to say who killed one, but Tom just gave it right
shit.
away.
I forgot I killed a bird. You know, just so many, sometimes they'll just...
You just lose track of them all.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I did. Smoked a big gobbler on opening morning.
PA.
Yeah, PA. This was a PA hunt. So I guess, do we just run right into it right now?
Yeah, I would love to hear that, because I've gotten like a little bit of the story here and there from you. I haven't gotten the full deep dive.
I'm going to start with the week leading up to the season. Tom and I and my dad were trying to figure out, who's going to hunt where kind of thing. Because everybody knows turkey hunting, you cover a lot of ground really fast.
Yeah.
So Tom and my dad decided they were going to go out to the farm. And I was like, well, I'll let you guys just have the farm. I'll go to my grandpa's. So my grandpa's got a farm, close to us. We've been hunting there for years. I've had pretty good luck there. So I was like, I'll just go there. And then Thursday, 2 days before the season, I'm driving past a field I have permission to hunt, and I see 3 birds out there. One was definitely a gobbler, but I couldn't tell.
Not your grandpa's, it was somewhere else?
Yeah, different field that I had access to hunt. So I told Tom, I said, hey, I just saw these gobblers out there. I think I'm going to scout it again Friday night. If they come back out Friday, I'm going to hunt there. So went back there. Tom and I went there, about 6 o'clock-ish, Tommy?
Yeah, about the same time you seen him the night before.
And there was just one lone hen out there. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go to my granddad's. He's heard some gobbling over there, so I felt like it was just a smarter choice. Plus, that field I have access to hunt, I just have the field. I can't move into the woods at all.
That makes it tough.
Yeah, you have one setup and that's it.
Yeah. So
I decided move away from that, save that for next year, Tom maybe, if they decide to start working their way into the field. So I hadn't talked to my grandpa since Easter, which was 2 weeks before, right, Tommy?
Yeah.
And he had said, earlier, a couple weeks before that, he saw one really big gobbler, and then he's just been seeing jakes behind his house. But when I got up there Saturday morning, he was already awake, and I was in the garage talking to him, and he said that he heard some birds gobbling towards a field we call Carl's. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just head that way and hope for the best. I know that there's some jakes in the area, but there also is a big tom.
Yeah.
And you never know what could happen. So the way the property is set up is there's a big field like up by the road, and then you go into the woods. The woods is probably, at that point, maybe 150 yards deep, 200 yards, Tommy?
From the road?
No, from the start of the woods to the next field. Carl's.
Oh, so you walk through Grandpa's field, you hit the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably about 200 yards till you hit Carl's.
Okay. So that's kind of what I figured. So I just worked through the woods and got to that corner of the field, and I'm just sat there and just was listening. It was still really dark. Could barely see anything in front of me. I refuse to use a light during turkey season because I don't want to tip them off. So I'm just standing there in the dark, and I hear a gobble way off in the distance. I mean, this one was would have been way west of me, past where I had permission to even hunt. So I was listening. I'm like, well, that's pretty far. I doubt Grandpa even heard that one from the house anyway.
Yeah.
And then another one sounds off, probably 300 yards or so in front of me. And then I hear some other birds back east of me, and just listening, trying to figure out which one's the closest. And the one that was like probably, I would say 300 yards, because they say a bird is usually twice as far as you think it is when you hear him gobbled in the tree.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say he's probably about 300 yards. And so I start working up the edge of this field. And as I'm coming up there, I haven't been hunting here in a long time, but when I was walking up through the field, there's this big rock right on the side of the field. And my grandpa used to set us there all the time to turkey hunt. And I was like, that's the spot. I know that bird's gobbling a little bit further up, but I don't want to get too close and blow this because I'm in the field. I got no cover.
Yeah.
So let's just set up on this rock. So I set my gun there. I walk out maybe 20-ish yards, and I put a full strut gobbler decoy out in the field. And then I sit on the rock with the field like parallel to me and my back to where the bird's gobbling. And my theory with this, for hunting field edges, when you're sitting down, most of your range of motion is from like 1 o'clock all the way to
your dominant side.
Yeah, like your dominant side. So if you sit parallel with the field, you only can shoot half of what's in front of you, essentially.
Yeah.
But if you if you sitting parallel to the field, you shoot like almost 180 degrees.
Yeah, you
of the
can
field.
basically spin all the way around from wood line to wood line.
Yeah, so that's my theory on that. You guys set up how you want, but it works really well for me. So I'm sitting there, and I can hear this bird calling, and he's still pretty far away, and I just stay quiet. And it's starting to get pretty light, and I'm like, thinking about giving out a call, but I was like, no, I really want to wait till he hits the ground.
So you've been completely silent so far.
Yeah, I have not said a word. And I remember, I've been really trying to wait till they hit the ground to do any calling. Tom read the article, and we've learned over the past few years that the natural way birds work are the hen goes to the gobbler. So I didn't really want to give away that I was even there at this time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I hear a gobble coming from the same direction, but it sounds totally different. Like it's quieter, and you can just tell like the level, like he's on
the
level.
ground.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So I let out just 3 soft yelps, and I don't hear anything back. I'm like, all right, no worries. And then the birds, way east of me, they're gobbling still a little bit. And then all of a sudden, I hear a gobble really close, and I just like peer over my shoulder, and directly behind me, probably 60-ish yards away, he's at full strut, staring right down at my decoy.
Oh, man.
I have to back up. So before he flew down, I noticed my decoy had tipped over. It was laying on its side, but it was too light. Like
you didn't want to go make a move.
Yeah, so I just had to leave it on its side. So I just wanted to throw that tidbit in there.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh man, turkey's out in the field, full strut.
So he was in the field at this point when you saw him.
Yeah, he's already full strut in the field. Probably the way he's at, I would say maybe 70 yards from my decoy.
Okay.
So I didn't call anymore. I wanted to really bad, but I was like, he's in full strut. He has to see my decoy, even though it's on its side.
Yeah, he's interested.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe he thinks it's like a wounded gobbler. That's kind of what I was going with. Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm watching him, and he's just like slowly working his way to me, but staying in full strut. Like he's not even doing like circles. He's just like...
He's walking.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's like almost like... Tough to, like, I don't know how they do that, I guess. It's not like it's like a waddle.
Yeah. He's not hard stepping, but he's just...
Yeah, taking his time.
Strutting.
My safety's already off, and I'm shaking so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like watching him, and then he's at like probably 45 yards, but there's like too much brush to shoot where he's at this point. I'm like, come on, like I have one opening, like he has to take.
So you're not right on the edge of the woods? You're just a smidge in then?
I'm a little bit in the woods. Yeah,
okay.
I'm probably 5 to 10 yards in the woods, so there's like a lot of brush in front of me. But I had 2 lanes, one before the decoy and one after the decoy.
Okay.
I couldn't even shoot my decoy.
Okay.
If I look directly over, I can't even see it. There's a tree there. So I'm watching him, and just as he's getting ready to come into my lane, he comes out of strut and he starts like working a little bit away from me. I'm like,
Why are you doing this?
What is happening? Like, there's no way that this is gonna happen.
About
right
to
now.
go south.
Yeah, and then like before I can do anything, he puffs right back up and he starts like trying to, almost looks like he was gonna like circle around my decoy to see like all angles.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he got into my lane, he like just barely came out of strut a little bit to give me some clearance.
Poked his
and
neck out just
smoked him at
enough.
like 40 yards. And I remember I jumped up to run after him, like not sure what's going to happen because turkeys sometimes roll, take off. You never know. I got like halfway there, realized the bird wasn't even like twitching. He was just done.
Smoked.
I was like, all right, that's a dead bird.
Heck yeah.
I seen it. He had a full fan when he was coming in, and I did see a beard, but obviously I didn't get a great look at it through the brush. But I pick him up. I'm like, oh, he actually has a really nice beard. And then I noticed the spurs are by far the best spurs I ever had. Snood length was stellar. I know Tom was telling me that that's actually how you tell a real mature bird is the snood length. So you have to be careful with that.
It's a very overlooked aspect of a turkey. No one really talks about the snood.
Yeah. Very few people. I think like the bone collector guys, I think I've seen them like say something about snoods on like their Instagram and stuff, but you definitely don't hear very many people
Yeah,
talk
it's
about
always, oh, how big's the beard? How big's the spurs? But my first question is, tell me about the snood.
Show me his snood.
Send snoods.
Send snoods.
I like that. That
That's
could be
a
our new
good-
hashtag.
I
for
like
turkey
that a
season.
lot. Send snoods. That's
You heard it here first, folks.
That could be a cool T-shirt.
That would be. We should make a T-shirt that says
Send
"Send snoods."
Yeah,
I'd buy that shirt.
Yeah.
I would too. So I guess if Tom would say it, he would do it, but I'll say it for you. Just make sure you leave in the comments if you think that's a good idea.
No, that is a good idea.
Yeah, we don't need the comments
Yeah.
to know that's a good idea.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, I get up to him and check my watch to write my tag. 6:05.
That's an early bird.
Yeah, it was.
He was
And
trying to get the worm, but you wouldn't let him.
You know what he got though? Was a nitro TSS.
Right in the mouth.
And that's another thing I want to talk about is those nitro TSSs. Those things, I know Tom and I brought them up multiple times on the podcast. Scott Thompson's brought them up on the podcast. They are worth every single penny. I mean, I'm talking 40 yards. I'm putting 200 plus BBs in the head.
Yeah, that's
It's
wild.
insane. It's I don't even know why I would ever shoot anything else anymore. I mean, this bird literally just folded up like you dropped a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
And, so I called my grandpa right away because I was talking to him not even an hour ago.
Yeah, standing in the garage bullshitting.
So I call him, and he just is chuckling. He's like, you are kidding me. And I was like, no, we're all done. I'll be back up the house in a little bit. So I hang out with him, and I take the bird, and I throw it back by the rock, and I kind of just sit down for a moment, kind of take it in, shoot a couple texts. I really try to, like, take in the moment a little bit. So I sat down with it once I got back in the woods. I texted Tom and my dad. Tom, of course, didn't believe me.
Naturally.
I figured he would have sent a picture.
Yeah, not just a text, hey, big bird down.
Well, I sent in the group chat a picture of the bird over my shoulder with just its feet, like in the picture. And
And
Tom,
it was still half dark, super ass grainy.
Yeah, those are the best pictures when you just send them really, really crappy. You can't see anything. We do it every year, like with your buck last year up at Climber.
So I just like sent a picture of just like horribly blurry, grainy photo of just the turkey feet over my shoulder. But then, so Tom didn't believe me. He thought I had like a stick or something. Like, thought no way. He's already walking back to the truck.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh, send pics." I ignore that one, and then like it had to have been maybe a half hour later. He texts me. He says, "Are you hearing any gobbling?" Because at this point, I didn't send a picture, so he figures he was lying.
Liar.
So he's like, "Are you hearing any gobbling out there?" And I said, "Well, I was, but not at the truck." And he's like, "Send a picture." So then I sent him a good picture, and it was all good from there.
All good stuff.
Yeah, it was a great hunt. I guess measured out. He was 9 3/8 on the beard, 9 3/8, an inch and a quarter spurs.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice bird. My best bird. And some exciting news, he's actually at the taxidermist.
I was
right
going to
now.
say, you're doing something special with this guy, too.
Yeah. So our friend Emma Brellinger, she was just on a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had mentioned on the podcast how impressive her turkey mounts were. And this being my best bird, especially the spur length.
Yeah, we did talk about it on the podcast, didn't we? You said you were going to bring her a bird this year.
Yeah. I don't lie. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Unless it was killing a buck last year.
Yeah.
I said that a few times.
May have brought it up once or twice.
But
Yeah, I
anyways,
killed 2 last year.
I know.
Oh, boy.
Put you on one of them.
No, you weren't even there.
Yeah, you weren't even
Oh,
there.
well, you kind of half-assed put me on the other one.
I took a picture of it in the field, and we killed it 30 yards from where the picture was taken.
Yeah, that was days before. Days before. That buck could have been anywhere.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. We haven't hunted back there in 2 years.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're talking about my turkey kill here anyways. But anyway, so I'm having Emma mounted up. She's doing a gobbling on the roost mount for me.
Is she going to get like a branch or something? Are you
I'm
getting
going
her
to
a branch?
I'm going to
Okay.
provide a authentic one.
Nice. That's what I was thinking.
She
You're-
could have gotten a fake one, but
The real one's cooler.
yeah, I want to do like either a red oak or
Beach.
beech would be cool.
Yeah.
You have to be careful because you have to use. I think the bark won't fall off of beech. The bark will fall off of oak.
Yeah.
You ever notice like when you cut firewood and then stack it,
Yeah.
and you take a piece of oak and the
Beech
bark
would be
stays.
cooler anyways because turkeys love roosting in beech trees.
Yeah. And they just look cool.
But turkey mounts are huge and expensive, so I don't plan on getting a lot of turkey mounts. So I wanted to do this
Something
one.
special with
Yeah,
it.
so I thought, and with 1.25 spurs, I'm really happy with that. To me, that's a big spur.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they get bigger, but I would put that as like a Pope and Young size spur. Actually, I don't even. What is it? Just beard length and spur length for
Scoring a turkey,
in weight, right?
it's so beard length times 2, and then your spurs in decimal form times 10, and you do that for both spurs, and then the weight. You add all those together, and I think 65 is considered a trophy bird.
Okay, so let's do the quick math and just guesstimate the weight.
I'm going to say 17 pounds.
Okay, so let's do 9 3/8, so that's 375, right?
Yes.
So 9.375 times
2.
2
Yep.
plus 1.25 times 10,
Twice. You do it for each spur.
so 2.5 times 10.
No. 1.25 times 10 is 12.5.
So 12.5 times 2.
12.5 times 2, which is
25.
25. So, and then plus
17.
17 puts us at 60.75.
Not quite a
Just
trophy.
shy.
Put it in the trash.
Yep, trash bird. Right? Actually, calling Emma right now, not a turkey hunt.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, would you say Pope and Young was?
There is no Pope and Young.
A trophy is considered 65.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pope and Young doesn't measure turkeys.
So you're going to need, I don't know, see, okay, we'll just make this simple. 10-inch beard, so 10 times 2,
20.
plus a 20-pound bird with 1.5 spurs, so plus 30.
That's 70.
So that's a hammer.
Yeah.
Be a trophy turkey.
So a little bit less than that is still 65.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he was, I heard of a bird last Saturday that got killed that was 24 pounds. So if my bird weighed 24 pounds,
You would have been at,
above 65.
yeah.
Yeah. You could have
So
been.
maybe it is. It's a trophy in my book, and that's all I really care about. That's why it's getting put on the
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
wall.
Are you making it so it's more like a floor thing, or is it going to go up high? You're going to mount it like, you're going to hang
Well, I
it up
haven't even
high on the
thought of
wall?
that. Probably just because it's gobbling on the roost, I'm going to want it up high.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um,
But I know a lot of people do turkeys on the floor.
yeah, but like full gobbling off the roost,
Yeah.
I feel like.
It makes more sense to have it up high on the
Yeah.
wall.
But the one thing I wanted, and I specified to Emma, is sometimes the full gobble, like the on the limb gobbling, they look too strutty to me. Mm-hmm. So I told Emma I want it more relaxed, like it's putting everything into the gobble, which I showed her a few pictures of mounts done that way to kind of give her an idea. because I just don't want it to look like too strutty.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because they're not strutting up in the roost.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, they'll puff up, but like their tail
But
fin
it's
doesn't
not
go
like a
perfectly.
full. Yeah,
I've seen full strut gobblers on the roost.
Really?
It's actually,
Really?
yeah,
I've never seen that.
yeah, it's cool.
That's
Picture
wild.
didn't happen. I'm just kidding.
When you're close enough to see them on the roost, I'm not going to be monkeying around trying to take a picture
I'm
of
just
it.
teasing, yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited to do that. She said it's about a year turnaround, which I'm not really too worried about. I don't even have a house to put it in right now, so
Yeah,
Dad said it can go above the elk for now.
nice.
Above the elk.
Yeah.
That's way up there.
Oh yeah.
It's a tall tree.
Yeah. Maybe like pitching right down into the living room.
It'd be wild.
So I'm really excited about that. I can't imagine that taxidermy will never go down in price, so I figure do it now.
Yeah,
If I shoot a big gobbler this year, I'm sorry. When I shoot a big gobbler this year, I'm getting it mounted.
what are you gonna do with it? Like what kind of mount?
3/4 strut gobbling off the roost.
So pretty similar to mine then.
Yeah, almost identical. Just bigger.
Just a much bigger bird.
Wow.
Better specimen. It'll be an actual trophy bird.
Yeah.
We'll see. We left the weight up for guesstimation. 17, I feel like it's on the lower end for.
It wasn't a huge bird, though. Uncle
So-
Mark's bird had a head like a softball.
Yeah, but its beard wasn't as nice,
No.
and neither were its spurs.
No.
Probably evens out.
It's tough to say.
But I mean, either way.
Birds
Great.
down.
Yeah, it was a great weekend of turkey hunting.
I don't know anybody that's passing up a 9.5-inch beard.
Yeah,
with
that's
inch
good.
and a 9 3/8 with
And it was a good
inch
thick
and a quarter
It
spurs.
was nice. It was a nice beard. But yeah, it was a great hunt. You know, when the night before turkey season and you're dreaming about how it's going to go down, that's exactly how it went down. I literally, walked to the edge of the field, listening. Yep, I think that's the bird I want to go after. I sat down, put the decoy out,
The deek.
the deek,
The deek.
and that could be another shirt. Give him the deek.
I like that.
Send snoods, give him the deek.
That's wild. These are great shirts.
Maybe like a double-sided T-shirt, reversible.
reversible.
You don't see a lot of those anymore.
You don't.
No.
It used to be a thing a lot.
Or like one of those ones where you flip up the shirt. So
Yeah.
then, like you expose your belly, but then the underside of the shirt says
Yeah.
something funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. Like send snoods and then give him the deek.
That's good stuff.
We should probably trademark this. These are good. Be perfect for like family dinners
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
on
Yes.
Sunday afternoons.
Grandma would love a Send
Yeah.
Snoods t-shirt.
And then you're like, someone's like, Nick, that's really inappropriate. You shouldn't be wearing a shirt that says send snoods. And you grab the bottom of your shirt, lift it up, and it says, give him the deek.
And then you give him a big old middle finger and walk away.
The bird, because it.
Give him the bird and oh my
That's
god.
another T-shirt. That one's probably
That'll
already
be
been
on the
done.
back.
Yeah.
That one's probably been done.
Probably.
Like give him the bird with like a turkey foot up,
Yeah.
middle finger.
Yeah,
You
I'm
could
sure.
do that.
I guarantee that's been done. But I've never seen Send Snoods.
Or give him the deek. Maybe we can work with the decoy manufacturer we use
There you
to
go.
make T-shirts.
That's a good idea.
I doubt they will.
I don't know if they want that look.
We'll give them the
They
look.
sound like a bunch of squares.
But yeah, and then I guess that was it for. I mean, my turkey hunting was over as fast as it started.
You love it and you hate it.
Yeah, it is. It's a love-hate relationship.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
Because since I was 10 years old, turkey hunting's kind of been my niche.
Forte.
Yeah. I was talking to Tom, like I think right after killing that bird and stuff. Like over the years, Tom definitely takes the hat when it comes to killing bucks. He tags out almost every year, but when it comes to turkeys, that's usually where I shine.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what it is, but Tom and I kind of work back and forth with that. But all in all, I love turkey hunting, and I got
So
two-
much fun.
I love fried chicken.
It's delicious.
It tastes great. It's fried chicken. I got 2 more turkey tags up in New York. Hoping to seal the deal on another one this weekend. I'm undecided if I'm going to hunt Saturday in New York or just film Tom. Kind of up in the air. I think it'd be cool to sit back a little bit and film and just get some cool close-up shots of gobblers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I have a 20-time optical zoom. Like, I think it would be cool to get some, like...
You could zoom right in on a snood.
Oh, yeah, big time. Like, I guarantee with my camera I could see individual hairs on the snood.
Yeah.
So, shave your snood. It's all kinds of good stuff.
Oh, man.
But I guess we can pretty much wrap it up there. That was
great stuff.
It was a wild turkey hunt, literally. This is wild turkey. And I'm hoping to do it again. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, anytime, Nick. You're more than welcome to come back next week.
Perfect. I hope you guys can have the next episode, but if not, I will do another one.
Well, I got to work this weekend, so can't make it.
I for one, I was gonna have to do a brief hunt Saturday morning, but my softball tournament got canceled. So now I can hunt till noon. So it's basically a done deal. I don't want to call it a guarantee, but
It's as close as you can get to a guarantee.
yeah, there's birds in the area. It's looking like rain. They're gonna come out to the field.
It's over.
Gonna put some deeks out there.
And send snoods.
Yep, we're gonna get some.
You got
snoot
when I'm
action.
sitting at work, you better be sending me some snoods.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
All right, well, thanks for letting me preach the soapbox. I love telling that turkey story.
Absolutely.
I'm going to keep telling that turkey story until I get a new one to replace it.
And then you can tell the turkey stories of how you tagged out in 2 states.
Yeah, that would be wild.
Because I've done that deer hunting and it never gets old.
I've also done it in deer hunting. 2 years in a row I did it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Won't be.
Nice.
On that note.
On that note, if you have got a bird, congratulations.
Show us your snood.
Yeah, send us the snoods. It's lonely at the top, but it's where you have to be sometimes. If you haven't got a bird, you know what to do. Make sure you guys are all still getting outside.